Some new cards have just been revealed and Alliance Insight is on the horizon, so let's take a look at the market. Hey guys, Otaka here, back with another video, and today we are going to be doing another market watch, looking at where things are at pre-Alliance Insight, because Alliance Insight has its sneak peek coming out as of recording this video this weekend, and we had some new support revealed for a couple of archetypes that have changed the price for a good amount of cards in those archetypes, so let's go ahead and jump on in. Before we do jump on into the market watch, I do want to remind you all that I am currently doing a Malice Core giveaway that does end on May 1st. So if you would like to have an opportunity to win the Malice Core, then all you have to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and answer the following 3 questions at the end of the video. It is also not required, but consider joining my community Discord and following me over on Twitch and using my TCG affiliate link next time you want to buy some shiny cardboard. But with that, let's jump on in to the market watch. All right, so first we're going to talk about Alliance Insight cards that we're going to want to pick up now or are being heavily affected by the fact that certain archetypes are going to be getting a boost because of Alliance Insight. And first one we're going to be talking about is Cyberse Wicked. So Malice is going to be playing this card. This is a card that they were toying with in the OCG because they didn't have Haggard Lizardos, so they were searching out Sigma, so that way they could just like have extension. Essentially they were using like Wicked to banish names. We had Haggard Lizardos because it was TCG exclusive in the beginning there, so we didn't need to run this. Well, now we are running it because backup Adagnister is a Cyberse tuner, so it can be searched with Wicked. Wicked is an extender on top of that, so yeah, this card has 1 printing. It's a common, and it has calmed down a little bit. When we were like about a week ago, this was actually like looking at about $2, and depending on who you buy it from, it is still about $2. But you know, light plays we're still seeing at like $1, but this card was like 10 cents a month ago, so I would highly recommend, you know, picking up your copy now, because despite all of the reprint sets we have had over the last year, Wicked has dodged all of them. He, like I said, only has 1 common printing currently, and who knows when he'll get a reprint. So this is a card that Malice will be playing. I would highly recommend picking it up now. Still on the topic of Malice is Salamangreat Almirage. Now, Almirage has 3 low rarities. It has 2 rares and a common, and then it has an ultra rare and a secret rare. The secret rare is the one that's really going up in price. Malice is considering running Almirage because it's a link 1 that can help turn their hand traps into combo if they don't see like Malice names, but they see a hand trap plus like backup Adagnister. They can normal summon Ash Blossom, make Almirage, and then they still have like combo from there. And for like the full in-depth combo of that, you can check out my in-depth Malice guide video. The link will be in the description below for that. I do go into that exact combo. And Almirage, the secret rare is like $10. This card spiked in price. Almirage secret has always been a little up there. It's been like $6, $7, $8 at times. The ultra rare is only like $2 right now, which is the one I would recommend like picking up unless you want to like max rarity your Almirage, which at that point, fair enough. But if you're just looking to pick up the card, there's very low rarities, like, you know, 50 cents. So it's not like a super big deal. And for the last card of talking about Malice, this is a card that is not expensive. However, I think it's worth talking about, and that is AI Meet You. For those who don't know what this card does, is reveal 1 Cyberse monster with 2300 attack in your hand or extra deck, and add 1 Adagnister monster with the same attribute from your deck to your hand. During the end phase of this turn, take 2300 damage if you did not special summon the revealed monster or a monster with the same name after you resolved this effect. And then it locks you into Cyberse effects for the rest of the turn. This is a card that people are toying with Malice, and I like the card. I do. I'm seeing people run it instead of Signet. I'm seeing people run it with Signet, and I'm seeing people just not run it at all. I think this is a card worth picking up now. There's still plenty of listings. It's not like it's getting bought out. However, if you see here on the graph, it is certainly seeing a very slight increase in price. It has 2 printings. It has a common, and it has a ultra rare from the 2022 Megatins. And it's still, the ultra rare is still like 30 cents a piece. So this isn't like a huge deal. But I would recommend, if you are playing Malice, just pick up a playset. just in case, because if this sees play, it's going to skyrocket in price because it is the highest available rarity. I could see this going up to like $5-6 if this ends up seeing play. So better, to pay like a single dollar for a playset than, paying $15 for a playset. So just something to keep in mind, something to pick up now just in case. And push comes to shove, if it doesn't pop off, you lost $1. Moving on, we're going to talk about Mitsurugi. So I didn't end up making a video on the Mitsurugi support. That was just missed opportunity on my part. But Mitsurugi is getting some fairly good support. I think out of like the 6 cards revealed, 3 or 4 of them were really good. Like the Ritual was really good. Mirror was good enough to be a one of. There was just a regular effect monster that's like level 8. That's good enough to be like side decked or just a one of. It has some decent support, and because of that, Mitsurugi Ritual is seeing a spike in price again. So Mitsurugi Ritual on release of Supreme Darkness was at like $45-50. Then after YCS Orlando, Mitsurugi hype kind of died down a little bit, and we were seeing this card at, funny enough, like $10-15. Like this really did plummet. Well, with the Mitsurugi support being good and making Mitsurugi like a very viable deck just on its own now, yeah, it's back up to $30 a piece, because this is like the most vital piece in the deck. Since it can special summon from the main deck, it can ritual summon from the main deck, is crazy. So if you haven't picked this up yet, honestly, I think missed opportunity. Like you could have picked this up you could have picked up 3 for the price of 1, probably like about a month ago. Yeah. And then still on the topic of the Mitsurugis, we have Ame no Murokumo no Mitsurugi. I probably butchered that. This is the ultra rare. This card was honestly, like, even after release, I don't think any higher than like $3, and it kind of just stayed there, but it's like $8 now, and this is a 2 of. Most Mitsurugi brews I'm seeing run Ame at 2, because sometimes you just have to tribute one Ame to get to the other one on the board, kind of like what Voiceless Voice was doing with the Skull Guardian. Sometimes you're tributing one Skull Guardian to get to another one, and a lot of builds are actually cutting Futso. So yeah, this is like an $8 card now. I still think, like, if you're looking to play Mitsurugi, $8 is still fair. I don't think that's absurd. Like, if this starts getting to like the $15 range, like, that's a different story. And if Mitsurugi sees some major success, like winning a YCS or even just topping like majorly in a YCS like it has been since release, like this could probably get up to like the $10 mark, honestly. All right, so next we're going to talk about Nouvelles, and as you all saw in my video earlier this week, Nouvelles has been revealed to be getting support in the next core set in the OCG, which is Duelist Advance, a set that we probably won't see until probably like November, December this year. And yeah, the restaurant, the field spell, the best card in the whole deck, is skyrocketing in price. This card went from like a $5 ultra rare, like on release this card was, I think, like $25-30, and it's plummeted because Nouvelle wasn't seeing success, obviously, so it went down to like $5 and it wasn't selling. Well, now it's back up to like $10-12, and I don't think, and I said this in my video earlier this week, I don't think Nouvelle is going to be by any means a tiered strategy with the new support. The new support definitely fixes a lot of the problems that Nouvelle has currently, but at the end of the day, it is a ritual deck that heavily relies on the old ritual style mechanic of having the resources, the ritual spell, and the ritual monster in hand all at the same time, which causes bricky hands to be created very easily in a deck like this. But if this is a deck you're interested in picking up, hopefully you already picked up the ultra rare field spell before it jumped up to price, because it has just doubled in price. If not, if you're looking for something really just fun to play, the deck is for the most part still very cheap. This is the most expensive like piece in the entire deck, and so you're paying like $30 for a playset, and then everything else is like dirt cheap, because everything is just for the most part like rares or super rares. The only other like card, the only other ultra rare in the deck is going to be today's menu, and this has kind of like jumped everywhere. This is also like a $10 card, and you could cut this down to like 2. You could get away with it. This is like the big starter of the deck because it's going to help you get a ritual monster and the recipe to your hand. But as you can see here, like with the graph, it's also just kind of dropping in price. Like this is not going up in price like the field spell is. And then the only other card to really talk about when it comes to Nouvelles is the Patasil Couverture. I probably butchered that. This card's a super rare in the Dimension Force core set that came out like 3 years ago. It has a Starlight. The Starlight is the only one really worth mentioning because the super rare is like 20 cents. The Starlight, only 9 listings, keep in mind, and it's not really selling, obviously. If you don't mind a damage copy, like, you know, it's only like 20 bucks, but if you're looking for a light play or near mint of the Starlight, then you're only paying like 30 bucks. I would recommend, like, you know, snagging one of these while they're still here, because otherwise you're paying like $100, $200-$300, because this guy's just highballing for no reason. Yeah, there's not a lot of listings here, and if I'm correct, based on when I last played Nouvelle, this is like a 2 of in your extra deck. Yeah, Culinary Confrontation summons it or scales it, I don't remember which. It basically requires you have the Patasil Couverture to be able to play this card, and it's also just a straight starter for the deck to be able to do that. So it's like a 2 of. You could maybe get away with 1 because you're really only ever summoning this once. But if you want to max rarity it, it's one of those cheap Starlights that probably just shouldn't have existed to begin with. And then still on the topic of support that was revealed earlier this week, Vanquish Soul. Most of the Vanquish Soul cards have been reprinted at this point, like Madlove and Caesar were in Stampede. The only other cards that didn't get reprinted were Rosin and Heavy Borger. Heavy Borger's sitting at like $3-4 right now, which is impressive because, again, you kind of need him. So the fact that he's that low and he didn't get reprinted is impressive. But Rosin is the 3 of. He's the starter of the deck, so it doesn't surprise me that even though he has 2 printings, Ultra Rare and a Prismatic Secret, he's sitting at about $7 to $10 depending on printing. The Prismatic Secret's actually a little cheaper. He is looking currently at about $7 for the Prismatic Secret and 31 listings, so he is kind of getting bought out because Vanquish Soul is a fan favorite archetype ever since it came out in Wild Survivors, and the new support is very promising. The Ultra Rare from Wild Survivors is about $8 to $10. And also only 18 listings. Like, he is getting bought out. So if this is a deck you're looking to pick up, I would recommend picking up your Rosins now, especially when it sees like success in Duelist Advance, or if it sees success, then Rosin's going to be target number 1 for skyrocketing in price. So if you haven't picked up your Rosins yet already, I would recommend doing it now. So the last 2 cards I want to talk about today is Yummy related. Justice Hunters got revealed to be coming out on July 30th or worldwide for the US on August 1st. And so because of that, we're pretty much getting Yummy like right after Nationals. So the Herald of Arclight got massively reprinted in the Rarity Collection 1. So there's 1,000 cheaper rarities of this, so that's the only reason we're talking about the QCR specifically. QCR is getting bought out, and as you can see here by the graph, it is very, very quickly going up in price. QCR is at about $25 right now. Herald of the Arclight is really easy to make, and it's part of the mainline combo to be able to play under Nibiru. So that way you don't get like nibbed super early and then you just die. Herald is also just an Omni Negate, so if they don't have Nibiru, then you just have an Omni Negate on your end board. And also it's like a pseudo Macrocosmos. So yeah, Herald is very good. It also shuts off like Valor and Droll and stuff. So this is a card that people are picking up. The QCR specifically is like the max rarity currently available, and it's very obvious it's getting bought out because there's not a lot of listings anymore. And the last card to really talk about is Puri Rice Map. The secret rare specifically, This has a rare printing, I believe, and so the secret rare is looking at about $3. As you can see here, again, it is going up in price. Just in the last month, we've seen 55 getting sold. There's still 53 listings currently, but the more this starts getting bought out, the more likely it will continue to skyrocket in price because the cheaper listings will be getting bought out. Piri Rice map, it's just a starter. We're seeing a lot of Yummy players in the OCG running this at like 2 or 3 to be able to get the Yummy names onto the board and just have full combo essentially. I personally don't like this simply because I feel like there's better ways to do combo in Yummy than sacrificing half of your life points in the process, but we will just have to see on where things go. If you are looking to pick up Piri Rice map, I would just recommend picking up the rare. It's a lot cheaper. There's no need to be paying $3. I mean, at the end of the day, like $3 for a secret rare, so like $9 for a playset, so that way you have max rarity of this card ain't bad, especially if Yummy is as successful as we're predicting it to be over here in the TCG, and Piri Rice map is part of the official deck list that ends up becoming popular, then this secret rare might actually skyrocket in price. So if this is something you want to toy around with, or you just want to be prepared just in case, consider picking this up now. Again, like $10 a playset total. That really ain't that bad. And that is it for today's Market Watch. So let me know what you all think down in the comment section below. If you would like to have an opportunity to win the Malice Core on May 1st, don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and answer the following 3 questions. Question number 1 is going to be, what card should I talk about in next week's Market Watch? Whether it is a card that is meta relevant, or maybe it's just like a card that's skyrocketing in price for seemingly no reason at all. Question number 2 is, I am fishing for input here, so I'm curious what you all would think. So would you guys be more interested in me talking about like max rarity of cards that are skyrocketing in price? Like, even if it has a cheaper option of like a super rare that is like 20 cents, would you like me to be specifically talking about like ultimate rares and where they're at, or like ghost rares, or etc.? And question number 3 is why did I specifically talk about the card AI Meet You in today's Market Watch? Other than that, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. See ya.